Oceanside, beautiful Frontwave Arena in Oceanside, California. It's time for the Major Arena Soccer League on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Tonight, it's the San Diego Sockers looking to keep the good times rolling as they take on the Texas Outlaws. And a very pleasant good evening, everybody. Alongside Tony Sanchez, Craig Elston on hand with you. San Diego Sockers are on a roll ever since dropping their season opener in Tacoma. The club's won 6 in a row, and with a win tonight, they'd have a shot at the top of the table, taking on a hungry Texas team.
There are 5 teams between 17 and 20 points in the standings this year. Every game is important, and for the Sockers tonight, an opportunity to rotate the lineups, give some veterans and some all-stars some healthy wellness and rested legs, as well as keeping them in form. Texas is going to have their hands full tonight.
Yeah, a couple of rotations that we thought we'd see, we wouldn't. However, there's a lot of injured players right now for the San Diego Sockers. Tonight's going to be a chance for them to stay off their feet, get healthy. The team is in the midst of 3 games in 6 days. They'll be taking on Ontario on MLK Day up at Toyota Arena. Meanwhile, for this Sockers team, we've been asking for a little bit more out of the midfield, and I think we've been seeing it lately, Tony, especially from Charlie Gonzalez. He's finding his form at the right time.
Charlie Gonzalez, Charlie Golazo, the organizer of the squad. He's best with his foot on top of the ball, but he's also showcased his set-piece capabilities this season so far. If Charlie, who now leads in assists and points for the Sockers, can have a good night, it's going to go ahead and be an easy streak for the San Diego Sockers tonight.
Meanwhile, for Texas, they do come in 0-5. However, they haven't had their full-strength lineup at any point this year. Until now, they've got their number 10 back, David Ortiz. He's always a pest. He's always a lot of fun. And with Sebastian Mendez, his old buddy, on the other side, you know he's ready to roll tonight.
A gritty player, a player who is part of the U.S. national futsal team. He's going to be ready to make a debut and a splash here tonight. He's a master of the long stroke, and he's definitely going to go ahead and want to make an impact here at Frontwave Arena tonight.
We should have a fun one tonight, and we've got a great crowd coming in. We're glad you're settled in with us, too. Stay right there. We're back with Melissa May's Field Report and then opening kickoff. It's the Sockers and the Outlaws and MASL Friday night on the CBS Sports Golazo Network.
Please welcome the Chief Administrative Officer for Kaiser Permanente San Diego, Mr. David Horton, and a local and international soccer content creator, Brandon Elisad.
Back with you live at Frontwave Arena, the San Diego Sockers and Texas Outlaws getting ready to lock boots as the captains exchange handshakes down on the floor. We head down outside the Sockers locker room to welcome in the third member of our broadcast team, Melissa May.
With a total of 3 games in 6 days, including the upcoming Monday night showdown, where the Sockers take that short trip up to Ontario to take on the Empire Strikers. Head coach Phil Salvaggio has rotated his lineup tonight to keep veterans' legs and minds healthy and sharp. 2 players that will be making their season debut tonight are rookie defender Eli Samora and midfielder Travis Pittman. I caught up with Coach Salvaggio before tonight's game to ask about why Eli and Travis will be making a start tonight, and he basically said they earned the right to play. They've been working really hard and making a lot of improvements in practice. Craig and Tony, I think it's pretty obvious that tonight is going to show the depth of talent this club is working with this season, which is of course important for the later half of the season and for the playoffs. Now, this Sockers organization has set and broken quite a few records in this indoor soccer world, both as a team and individual players. And tonight, starting goalkeeper Boris Pardo, who was the first ever goalie in the MASL to reach 100 wins, he has a chance to set another record tonight by being the first goalkeeper ever to play 10,000 minutes. And he's just a mere 34 minutes away from that. So keep an eye out in the third quarter where that record will become official. Craig, Tony, back to you.
Thanks, Melissa. Taking a look at the San Diego Sockers coming in on a 6-match winning streak, 17 points. That 4th place a bit deceptive, tied for 2nd place. Leonardo de Oliveira, 1 point away from 300, but not in the lineup tonight. And neither is Xavier Snare-Williams. He was expected to start. However, Boris Pardo, the veteran of the Sockers and the MASL's all-time wins leader, is 33 minutes and change away from 10,000 in his MASL career. When he heard that he was close to the milestone, he asked to be put back into the lineup, and the Sockers brass agreed. So Boris expecting to get a little bit of an ovation in the third quarter. In their brand new military night uniforms, as we get ready for kickoff here on CBS Sports Golazo Network. It's the Sockers running right to left in their highlighter yellow chest with a yellow-blue digital camouflage sleeves, blue shorts, yellow socks. They're going to run right to left. The Texas Outlaws, much more simply dressed in white with navy blue numbers. They are going to go left to right. The first of 4 15-minute quarters here with you live on CBS Sports Golazo Network. It's the Sockers and the Outlaws. Here's Christian Gutierrez shooting it just wide of the left post. Jesus Rivera is the man in net for the Outlaws. He's 0-4 on the season with a goals against average of 11.13. Certainly hoping on his part to bring that down tonight. Meanwhile, Pardo on the other side, 5-1 with a 4.5 goals against and a save percentage of .671. Here's Charlie Gonzalez. We mentioned him in the open, leading the club in points and assists now. 9 points, 6 assists. Stepping in on Vic Moraligwe, coming in, crossing. Morgan couldn't get a shot away. Might have been blocked away from him by Eric Macias. And we've got a quick foul against San Diego, and the ball coming back to the Texas Outlaws as we proudly welcome you to MASL Soccer on CBS Sports Golazo Network. They're kicking around the official game ball of the MASL, presented and provided by Miter. Header save with the hands by Jesus Rivera, denying Tavoy Morgan, who has 6 goals, second on the club for San Diego.
A little bit too easy for Tavoy just to get up there, had all the space in the world, but this is a soccer team that really needs to get back into the graces and scoring early on in games to make sure they have the firepower enough to have this game liquidated as early as possible as well.
We'll see some new and fresh faces in the Sockers lineup, including number 90, Eli Zamora, out of Cal State Monterey Bay and El Camino High School. There he is, picking up his first MASL foul and his first MASL shift. Zamora in the lineup. So is veteran Travis Pittman and Sean Callahan. Those 3 veterans each making their season debuts tonight for the Sockers. Meanwhile, Luis Morales was listed on the starting lineup sheet, and now he is out on the floor. I didn't see him out on the bench at first, but there he is. And here's a quick shot, and that one was blocked away. And Morales in the game and with a block. Luis had been at the Kings Cup League tournament and came back sick from his trip abroad, but now he's back in the lineup after missing Wednesday night's game. Morales played 3 seasons for the Texas Outlaws, or 2, I should say, 1 for Dallas. And now his first year here in San Diego. Drew Ruggles finding Morales. Had 7 goals in the first 4 matches for San Diego. Hasn't played since.
An impressive player that has the grit to also defend very well, be in important positions, and it's going to be important to get him into match fitness as well here.
Childs to Morales. Morales tried for the soul roll shot there, and the second chance, Rivera is cleanly in. He will throw a long distribution to the red line that Mitchell Cardenas gets in front of for San Diego. Then jumping in, Steven Gonzalez. Gonzalez trying to crash in on the right wall into the attacking zone, has to play it back for the Texas Outlaws. 3 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter, just getting settled in at Frontwave Arena. Late arriving crowd with the Friday night traffic. Not surprised, but it's starting to build out to look pretty nice. Here's Macias, who had a couple of good matches against San Diego last year, including in the playoffs. His long shot, and speak of the devil, and so ye shall see him as Macias shoots from outside through traffic past Pardo for a 1-0 Texas Outlaws lead.
Celebrating with the C right there. You see the shot that skips past Pardo. Seemed like he wasn't expecting it, didn't measure it correctly. Either way, it goes into the back of the net, not the way San Diego would like to start this match.
3:22, that time a goal. And the Sockers, who've been doing a real good job of late of getting out to leads at home, find themselves behind now 1-0.
And that's exactly what the Outlaws are going to need to do this entire game if we want to keep up with the Sockers, is take every single inch, every opportunity that the Sockers will give you, and that right there is one that Pardo's going to want to have back.
Yeah, maybe fooled by the distance, not expecting the shot, or maybe the curve that was on it, but either way, one that's in the back of the net, no chance to talk about it anymore. Time to find one of your own. Here's Tavoy Morgan, kicked away by Steven Gonzalez. Gonzalez with a little space. He has Vic Moraligwe with him, and then Tavoy comes back and says, hey, that was mine. Then he just gives it to Aligwe, and Aligwe steps in. Aligwe comes in, and kick save Pardo. Second chance. It's now Morgan who came back on defense and picked it up.
Good reaction by Morgan, and now Sockers trying to counterattack, but a bit of a sluggish start.
The Spaniard Keiko Gontan to the Colombian Juan Salazar, taken away by Texas. Ruggles stepping in on Aligwe, and Vic Moore draws the foul.
Picture perfect dive as well. There was definitely contact there by Ruggles, just going to ground a little bit too easy, but referee says, yes, that is indeed a foul.
David Ortiz came over to say hi to us when we were downstairs getting ready to interview his buddy Sebastian Mendez. You'll see that at halftime coming up a little bit later on CBS Sports. So there is Sebastian to Gabriel Costa. Found his way through the defender, and here he comes in on right wing on the 5th touch. His shot was saved by Rivera. Well done. And a whistle to follow.
And Gabby Costa, every time you see him, he has a play that's much more physically demanding than it seems like he's capable of. Right there, just brushing off the defender, having a run of its own. Really special player, and very strong for his size as well.
Kia Depina and Adrian Gonzalez are our 2 officials out on the floor tonight, assigned by the MASL. We're one of 2 games in action tonight. Chihuahua currently leading Dallas 10-2 in the 3rd.
Seems like anything that happens in Chihuahua this season is not going to end in single digits.
Very rarely indeed. Chavez. Costa trying to jump in on a steal. Rivera forced to use his one touch on a blind punt. Ruggles sends it toward the offensive zone, but it's taken out by a man making his MASL debut tonight, Daniel Torrealba. And guess what? It's 2-0 as Torrealba says hello. I'm not only in the MASL for the first time, I don't have my name on my kit, but I've got a goal on the board. And it's 2-0 Outlaws. A stunning result for the 0-5 Outlaws.
You see right there, a little bit too easy. This ball travels across 3 Sockers players. Boris just helpless in waiting for that shot. Give Texas credit. They are catching San Diego on the back foot and are taking advantage of it. 2-0.
Who would have thought?
And I do want to say, watching the replay back, and thanks for our great motor crew there, it was the pass for Torrealba, the goal for Tyler Bagley, who's playing his second MASL game, so he's a veteran, just still scoring his first ever point or goal. But Bagley and Torrealba, and the timeout here from head coach Phil Salvaggio. You see Boris Pardo is actually leading this timeout for San Diego, not Phil. Phil is saying nothing. Pardo led that timeout from start to finish. Boy, this is not what Boris was expecting, Tony. He asked himself into this lineup tonight and suddenly finds himself down 2, and we're not even to the halfway point of the first quarter against a team that's winless on the year, has only 26 goals on the season, and was minus 34 coming into tonight.
Talk about a team that may want to play spoiler for the Sockers. There's an opportunity for Texas to do what they did last year, really make this a competitive matchup. And early on, it seems like it's shades of last season at Pechanga here at Frontwave now. And Boris having some choice words for his teammates. Still now directing traffic, wanting the ball.
There's Morales, and the Sockers need to find a turn in energy. They just faced the MASL finalists, back-to-back home games, Chihuahua, back-to-back champs. Here comes a burst in. It's Davies, Heritage Davies. However, his attempted wall pass wound up just being a crawler to Pardo's arms. Now Morales had to wait for the ball, being held by Davies, being held by and pushed by Ortiz, his old teammate. And now Luis has the ball back, and he will shoot, and it's blocked out of play for what should be a corner kick for San Diego.
Morales and Ortiz know each other very well. It's one of those matchups where you can be a little bit more physical because there is a relationship there, and you want the best out of each other.
Gonzalez on the free kick. Charlie lofting. Morgan asking for a handball. His pleas go unrewarded as this one stays in play to Heritage Davies. He's got a league way down the middle. And Charlie Gonzalez got there just in time. And then Davies shoots, and it's high off the screen. And the Sockers are ball watching on defense up and down the floor. Morgan, 3 men around him, tries to beat them all. Does he? He does. He gets pulled down. They're going to only call common foul there. And I think that one could have gone either way, Tony.
There's definitely an avenue and a lane opening. Well, that Tavoy was opening by himself. Ultimately getting stopped there via the foul. Could have definitely seen a situation where that is a blue card. But the Sockers, again, need to go ahead and go to the well of energy early in the first quarter and have a hard reset for this Mira Ma Fuerzas uniform team, as we say in Spanish. Can't miss those bright yellow jerseys.
Yeah, I don't think the camouflage is working. Ruggles shot it wide. Costa back to Ruggles, second try. That one off the wall hard. Charlie steps between two, keeps it going with a little bit of a tiptoe, but then it's taken away by Ortiz, taken away by Costa, taken away by Steven Gonzalez. Here come the Outlaws, slow to come back are the Sockers, outman rush, down to Ortiz. He misses the tight window there for 3-0. San Diego appalling track back. This shot put up into play and into the crowd. And that brings us to the officials' timeout. 7:51 to go in the first quarter. A stunning start so far as the last place team in the league, Texas, has a 2-0 lead over the Sockers. What's the answer for San Diego? We'll find out next on Golazo.
Navy sailor celebrating 21 years. He's going to be retiring at the end of October. Also, it's his 40th birthday tomorrow. Let's give him a happy birthday on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday! Make sure you check out AXS.com, our preferred partner for all concerts, events, and entertainment altogether. You're gonna upgrade your experience with AXS, and with our lucky seat upgrades, go Sockers!
The visitors have come out with fire in their eyes on this MASL Friday night here on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Craig, Tony, and Melissa back with you. 2-0 Texas leading San Diego, putting the Sockers on notice that they're not just going to cakewalk their way through this match tonight. In fact, they're down 2-0 at home for the third time in 6 home games here at Frontwave Arena. However, they've won all 5 of their previous matches. And let's see if they get one of those quick answers that San Diego's been good for the last month. Here's Morgan battling Garcia, the defender, who just pushed him into the corner glass and allowed the ball to get away. Mitchell Garcia. Out to Steven Chavez. Chavez, room to run. Room to shoot, saved and blocked by Mitchell Cardenas. Pittman trying to find Juan Salazar. Taken away by Texas. David Stankovic coming in. Stankovic. Back to Bagley. Number 48, Tyler Bagley. Listed at 43 on the MASL website. Also without his name on the back, but he's got the goal tonight. Torrealba the assist. And to say San Diego's losing somewhat anonymously right now would be pretty accurate. Here's Torrealba looking for Bagley. Those two teamed up. Ball deflected out of play. It's going to go to San Diego.
San Diego's looking like they are anticipating a little bit too early whenever they're facing a one-on-one situation or the ball is in transition for Texas. And we've also haven't really seen any of that offensive firepower. You have Morales back, Tavoy. You just need to start getting construction on simple passes and simple plays. And this is the man right there, Keko, who can get it done as well.
Gutierrez has played forward, midfield, and defender in his Sockers career, Christian Gutierrez. Morales, nifty on the ball. Nifty on the ball. Still with it, maybe a little too nifty, the futsal star. Can't beat a triple team. He almost did. Here's Ruggles. North Carolina native. Moved around a lot in his youth. A few years in Florida, before that Milwaukee. Drew's a gamer. Keiko Gontan out of Brunete, Spain. Gets pushed a little too hard. Give the Outlaws credit under their head coach, Ed Piskarich. They're playing with a ton of effort, playing with a lot of emotion, and they're being physical. Charlie had space for a minute, has space now. Save Rivera. And they're getting some goalkeeping along the way. Childs looking for a header. A little bit of a laugh as he missed it.
Laser coming his way. Have to get out of the way. Benier, watch out, Texas. And start building another counterattack. They'll think about it a little bit, seeing as they have the lead here as well.
Sockers with a half of a line change. Ortiz came on for Texas. Down to Vic Mora League Way. A veteran of this league, has pretty much the most experience on this Texas team, Vic Moore. Dating all the way back to the first year of the MASL in 2014-15 with the Dallas Sidekicks. Here's Laidley. Bumps past a man, puts it into the middle. Ruggles kicked it out. Corkscrewed off of an Outlaw's leg. Here's Sebastian Mendez. Mendez ridden hard by Laidley, but it's out to Charlie. Can the Sockers break? Mendez finds it on left wing. Sebastian shot it to the far post and wide. Christian Gutierrez gets it back. He's under pressure. Sockers changing
as Mendez holds offensive midfield to Charlie. 4:15 left right now in the first quarter. 2-0, Texas with the lead. Mitchell Cardenas. Mendez. Sebastian, back-to-back multi-point games. His shot goes through a block. Then it's knocked down by Zamora for San Diego. Back to Charlie Gonzalez. Charlie asks Zamora to make a run into the corner. Tavoy runs into the middle. Charlie holds all the way through. Tried to shoot the ball through his defender. Taken away by that man, Steven Gonzalez. Running past a steal attempt of Costa. Here comes Texas on the run with the shot. Knocking Pardo down with a big save. Chavez put it hard on Pardo. But Boris kept it out of the net.
Boris coming out and closing those angles, knowing he was going to go ahead and face that shot right at him, being able to also deflect it to the side and not directly back for a rebound. Well done, but the Sockers, once again, need to start constructing these plays. You see Charlie directing traffic, but not a lot of movement.
Not a lot of movement, I agree. This feels very kind of training ground level right now. Not the intensity that the Sockers need. Now remember, San Diego played the great Kansas City Comets on Wednesday and controlled that game start to finish, led all the way. Here, a team that's been blown out in each of their first 5 games. But not tonight, not this quarter at least. This quarter is Texas's best quarter of the year by far.
I have to say, too, in that same respect, San Diego's one of their worst quarters so far.
Zamora tried to win an aerial challenge and did not. The ball came back into the San Diego zone. Ortiz brought it down. Ortiz shot, kick save. Pardo, who's screaming at his defender saying, "What's going on? What are you doing out there?"
He's going to need all the help he needs. He's going to need right now because Texas is going to come over and keep berating him as long as they can. This inspired side in the first quarter, recovering their own mistimed passes.
Stankovic tried to sell a slide tackle, but Juan Salazar got the ball first. Zamora gave it away. It came to Pardo. Fortunate for San Diego, the rookie Zamora has thought more of an outdoor style defending out there, Tony. He's trying to use his head and just drop it into space. Twice he's dropped it into an attacker's zone. Luis Morales, can he get it going? Oh, yeah, he can. Driving through, and then he passed it off the wall. He beat the keeper, tried to pass the ball into the net, and he missed.
Did the hardest thing in getting rid of all those defenders. The keeper was at the wayside. He's a chance.
Gutierrez shoots wide. Anti-magnets on for the Sockers and a defensive clearance against Texas. And maybe this first Outlaws mistake of the night can be the thing that the Sockers use as a fuse to light. Minute 27 in a first quarter that San Diego would really like to forget.
And that's what you need to see, too. Luis Morales getting a little bit more involved, using those futsal step-overs to create his own space.
Costa. Morales high off the Kaiser Permanente board, and then a fan hits the ball. And it's out of play and back to the Outlaws.
We're trying to go quickly here.
And the Sockers caught in a transition. Can Aligwe do something with it? Little shimmy move. Shot it wide. Cardenas had to play it to the feet of Pardo. Sockers do get it out of the zone. Could they advance 2v2? Mendez charging the middle. Sebastian dragging through. Whistle and a foul. And a free kick coming up. No blue card, but a free kick for San Diego.
And we've seen this from Mendez this season where he drives with the ball and tries to cut inside and opens the space for a shot. Find some defenders here. It seemed like there was an outlet to have a pass. Keeps it a little bit too long, but nonetheless, almost a top of arc restart.
Yeah, essentially it is. It's a foul, not top arc, but the ball's on the same spot. Charlie. To Morgan, he scores! Wide open, Tavoy! Perfect pass by the all-star Costa, and the Sockers get one back before the first quarter's over, Tony. 2-1 to get this crowd into the match.
And a beautifully weighted pass, weighted short pass, and then Morgan has that hesitation to read it and maneuver the goalkeeper to the wrong side, as we'll see here. Just short hesitation half step, little bit of a hop before Morgan connects with the ball. Nothing for Rivera to do on that one.
A simple play leads to a goal. And just like that, the Sockers only down by 1 on Tavoy Morgan's 7th goal of the season. And San Diego gets the ball right back. Ortiz steals it away, and then Keiko Gontan brings him down. And that's a foul on the Spaniard.
That's exactly what the Sockers need to do. They need to bring it down, play simply. Don't need too much flair right now in order to get this done right.
Cardenas read that entry pass. Sockers could break potentially. 40 seconds left in the magic minute of the first quarter. That ball hopped over the low wall, out of play, right by Melissa May, who claps her hands in support of her home team. Gutierrez with Torrealba tugging on his cape. Stole the ball away. Mendez, Gontan. Oh, couldn't control. He had Gutierrez on the back post if he could control that ball. Torrealba rushing down floor. Bumped Costa off. Costa takes it away. Gonzalez lost it to Mendez. There's 15 seconds. Sebastian Mendez. Stolen by his buddy David Ortiz. Skips right by Salazar. It's 3v1. Time to score still. Salazar blows out Ortiz. Is a card coming out? The answer is no. And that's a physical play. Salazar, in fact, may have taken a little bit of the worst of this one, Tony, as we see it again.
See Salazar tracking back at full speed and just trying to get to the shoulder in order to dispossess Ortiz, but fortunately finds himself taking a tumble as well, still beginning to gather himself. Juancho. But it all started by a dispossession by Ortiz himself of Mendez, who once again cuts into that left side. As best buddies, they have to know each other very well. That cut inside for Mendez.
David's like, I've seen that before. David Ortiz to Macias, who waited for the ball and then shot it wide and right. Didn't step into that shot. He waited for it. And all turns into nothing. And with 0.9 seconds left in the quarter, Mitchell Cardenas does that. And now we do this. Time out at Frontwave Arena. 1 quarter complete. The Outlaws stunned with 2 quick goals. Tavoy Morgan pulls one back at 13:57. But still, the Outlaws hold the 2-1 lead over the San Diego Sockers. Stay tuned. Second quarter run from Frontwave Arena in Oceanside, California next on CBS Sports Galazo.
T-shirt toss. We got 2 very special guests. Local news star, Fox meteorologist, and proud military wife, Angelica Campos, and her husband, 18-year officer of the United States Marine Corps, Major Eaton. Yunha goes, stand up, wave your arms, and make some noise. Come on, come on, come on. Keep it going, keep it going.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Check it out, MASLsoccer.com. San Diego Soccer's information at SDSoccers.com. Some first quarter highlights for you in this one as the Soccers trailing Texas 2-1. The first goal out there, boy, just catching Pardo by surprise. Almost looked like a knuckleball on him right there. For 1-0, 2-0, just a little bit of ball watching by the San Diego middle defenders right there, letting that ball come all the way across for the tap-in by Bagley. Here is the goal. I think I had said Costa before. Obviously, Charlie on that assist. His 10th point of the year, 7th assist. And a lovely goal by Morgan. Shots in the first quarter were 8-7 in favor of San Diego. The scoreline, which is all that matters, 2-1 Texas. Two teams switch sides. Soccers in yellow and blue running left to right. The Outlaws in white with black numbers going right to left.
Both of those goals for the Outlaws, I don't believe are going to be breaking any speed records on shot speed. Definitely a lethargic effort on defense that Boris Pardo was not happy about. We saw him discuss with the team during the timeout his displeasure, but it seems like it took at least most of the first quarter to get it together on offense for San Diego.
Let's see if there's a burst for San Diego in the second. It appeared in just the last 90 seconds that they started to find themselves with all kinds of room in the defensive zone. David Ortiz headed out of play by Drew Ruggles. That won't be a clearance because there's no control in the air. It will be a wall restart. Hang on. I am about to be proven wrong, as they will announce a defensive clearance there and say that Ruggles did control it out of play.
It's just taking into consideration the height of Ruggles.
Yeah.
I wonder if Costa was up there to be the same call.
So here's a chance for the Outlaws to get another one back. Ortiz tried to sneak one in, and the second attempt from outside by the Outlaws gobbled up by Pardo. First 30 seconds of this second quarter underway. Here's Gabi Costa. Oh, he's such a pleasant fella. A chance to chat with him briefly this evening. Jump up steal attempt by Charlie Gonzalez. Charlie's got it over to Costa. Costa in the middle. Costa dancing. Costa to Childs. Childs finding Ruggles. He missed it point blank. And the ball pinballs around the zone and does not cross the line. Oh, Drew had one right there. Tough to do. Quick action. But he had an open net.
His left leg being his preferred leg. This one landing, giving him no option to almost try to scoop the ball in. Unfortunately there for Drew and the Soccers.
Cardenas trying to feed it to the middle, blocked by Ortiz. Ball pops back to David. And then he and Mitchell Cardenas collide. Ball out of play, and it'll go to the Texas Outlaws.
Now it's a couple of those ingredients with Texas taking advantage of the small windows of opportunity, and the Soccers not having good fortunes and have this ball maybe bounce out, can build some frustration in this San Diego lineup.
A very fitful start to this one. And give the Outlaws credit. They've come to play tonight. Chavez over to Garcia, Mitchell Garcia. Joanne Laidley, 6th year in the MASL. He's followed Ed Piscarich around the last couple of years in the league. Back to Laidley, had come from Dallas. Ball bouncing toward Chavez. Zamora runs in. Laidley gets it back. Then Travis Pittman steps up and takes it away. Travi P., who last played for Ontario Fury back in the 21-22 season. He's been a coach here in San Diego, coaching youth soccer. Morgan on the run from Pittman. Garcia right at the edge of his crease. Able to gobble it up. Jesus Rivera, the goalkeeper.
And the Outlaws really keeping up and keeping pace so far as they get goalkeeper here involved and finds Drew Ruggles now.
Morales trying to run up the middle, lost it. It's Bagley. Bagley falls down on simulation. At least give him credit for playing hard. Pittman over to Ruggles. Trying to put Drew in hot water over there. Bagley's all over him. Back to Travis, and the Sockers are just trying to get it out of the zone. And then Pittman essentially punts. Something that you might see on the NFL divisional playoff weekend coming up tomorrow and Sunday.
San Diego hasn't settled into this game at all.
I agree.
Running on a high heart rate, high intensity, adrenaline. Just need to calm things down. Take it a little bit slower, play it out the back. All things that Texas has taken full advantage of.
That ball hit the seam between glass and board and popped out much further than expected. Mendez trying to steal it on the runaway from Morales. It's back to the middle, and a double team of Outlaws able to keep it off of the toe of Sebastian Mendez. Now Juan Salazar stepped up to steal it back. He was running away from net. Ruggles settles it down on his off foot. And it's back to Christian Gutierrez. 11:42 clock running, second quarter. 2-1 Texas. Here comes Gabi Costa. Down to Gutierrez. Thought that Costa would continue his run. Gabi stopped. Costa comes back to win it, but that's another example of a disconnected nature so far tonight. Costa trying to reconnect. Stolen away casually and calmly by the veteran Vic Moraligüe. Vic showing off some fancy footwork. Costa ran in to block that clear-out pass. It's back to San Diego in the offensive zone. Keiko Gontan. Keiko, deflected pass. Went far awry from where he wanted it. Cardenas heads it back into the attacking zone, but it's back to Ortiz. And Ortiz runs past three guys. Ortiz has a great chance here, 2v1. David Ortiz sliding in to tackle the ball was Gabi Costa. Gabi tracked all the way back and tackled that ball before it would be crossed for a back post tap-in.
An incredible work rate by Costa there, making sure that Ortiz wasn't able to just take the best out of that run right there. I tell you, give Ortiz an inch, he's going to go ahead and make some magic.
Well, an interesting decision by Jesus Rivera over there. Went for the two-fist punch. It worked. Ortiz, speed, space, breaking away, wall pass! Couldn't get it to Stankovic. And then that one dribbled away from Pardo, but he was able to guide his defense the proper direction. Morales, this could be at least a common foul. And honestly, that was a slide tackle of a man, wasn't it?
Seemed like it. Referee.
Well, let's see if the man that only with a hand, a flag in his hand, we call Mr. Froggy, Phil Salvaggio. I'm surprised he hasn't thrown yet. Okay, let that one go. Morales feathers a pass along into the corner that Garcia guides to his keeper Rivera's waiting grasp. 5 minutes done in the quarter, 20 in the match, 1/3 of the way through. It is 2-1 Texas. And a giveaway! And Pardo comes up with 2 point-blank saves to completely absolve Luis Morales, who was criminally neglectful on defense. Back now, a breakaway. Gutierrez to Morgan! He ties it up. Oh, what a change. All the credit to the King of Queens on the other side. That should have been 3-1 Texas. Pardo made 2 game-changing saves. It comes the other way, Tony, and Tavoy ties it up.
And getting it done and contributing as he does, Pardo starts this play. And this counterattack is nothing but simply delicious right there. Tavoy Morgan positioning himself exactly where he needs to be to just tap that ball in. But again, Boris Pardo being a factor tonight, even though he might not be happy about it, he's still a difference maker.
Morgan now with a team lead with 8 goals. Not bad. Seems like maybe an all-star. Who knows? Maybe some spots could open up. Here's one into the attacking zone, coming back down. Heritage Davies Travi P sent it out on a stop and go. Mendez finds the ball with Salazar. Mendez puts his man into the dishwasher, runs around to the left wing. Too much dribbling, though, and that kills the chance. Outlaws got back. Boy, it was silky for a second.
An indecision by Mendez there. He had the chance to shoot or outlay over to Juancho, who was ready to cat that ball with the inside foot and give it a curve, but ultimately nothing happens. It's some maturity that needs to happen in those moments for Mendez that we've seen early on this season as well.
Costa to Pittman. You know, something interesting to think about here in these final 8 minutes and change of the second quarter. As we told you, this was going to be a Xavier Snare-Williams start. Horace Pardo is seeking a statistical goal of 10,000 minutes. Man, Childs almost put one in. Childs saying that he's got a Charlie horse right now. He's grabbing his left leg. Looks like it's worn off, but he just missed a tight angle shot. Finishing my thought, the original idea was that Pardo would probably sub out at the 34-minute mark. What if it's a tie game? What if it's a one-goal game? There was an assumption within the Sockers game planning that they'd be comfortably ahead. They are not. They are tied.
Make a record-breaking effort, a memorable one, I guess, for Pardo. I think he wanted to have a quick night, get to his time.
Another foul called on Texas. That's 2 ticky-tacks in quick succession. And now as the San Diego Sockers bring on their skill players, a chance maybe to take the lead on this corner kick.
Seems like Sockers always knew that this gear is possible. Just a matter of time before they can get themselves on the momentum side and be positive with their play.
Charlie, pass Morales to Childs, who shot it wide. Turned the inside of that right foot, opened it up. Even so, he can hit it so hard, but just missed. 2 near misses. Here's Morales. Luis stepping to his left foot. Oh, boy, that's not a near miss. That's a wide miss. Costa now. Fake the shot. Gutierrez takes the shot. Save made. Jesus Rivera comes up with another big save. And a foul on the way back. Morales a little bit frustrated right now, Tony. Trying to reintegrate into this Sockers and match. And you know, we talked about he had 7 goals in 4 games. He also had 7 goals in 3 games. He got shut out in his 4th game. Went to King's Cup, came back, nothing yet. I know Luis wants to get that thing clicking again. We've got a timeout. 7:16 remaining in the second quarter. And we're all tied up 2-2. It's Tavoy Morgan who's answered back with his 7th and 8th goals of the season. Who's got the next one? We're back to find out. It's the Major Arena Soccer League Friday night on the CBS Sports Golazo Network.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
Thank you so much, Josh, for your service. He's here with his daughter, wife, and some friends. He's going to take part in our challenge. Now, Josh, all you need to do is get the ball from the goal line to land on the bullseye right in front of Sonny. No big deal. If you do it, you're getting a new Action Air Conditioning replacement air unit. If not, you'll get a cool swag bag and the admiration of all these fans. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's do it, Josh. Audience, let's give him a countdown in 3, 2, make some noise. Here it comes, here it comes. Oh, that is just the speed and pace we need. It needs to go left to right. Oh, we almost got it there. We got another shout out to Josh. He wants to say thank you to all of his Marine Corps friends, as well as
Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, providing long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Green Drop's recovery products are uniquely suited to help athletes battling aching joints and muscles. Learn more or try it yourself. Visit greendropcompression.com. That's greendropcompression.com. 7:16 remain in the second quarter here on Golazo. Welcome back. 2-2 tie between the San Diego Sockers and the Texas Outlaws.
It seems like San Diego put some compression on the bleeding wound of the first quarter, but they're not out of the woods yet. Barely tied here, to the credit of Texas. Still holding up, but breaking down defensively and giving a little bit more space than they did in the first quarter.
Gutierrez wall passing, looking for Salazar's head on the back post, just flew past him. The second-year forward Juan Salazar out of Point Loma Nazarene University. Giles floats one back to his outlet, Mitchell Cardenas. He's got one touch for Boris Pardo to use. There it is. Pardo to the Spaniard, Keiko Gontan. Feeding it into the corner. Rivera is right there to grab it before the ball leaves his rectangular crease area. Macias and the Outlaws happy to compress the time of the match. Shorten it up. Longer it goes 2-2. More opportunities to take advantage of maybe San Diego nervousness or error.
And it does seem like every time Texas moves downfield,
Arouse. Ooh, wide open, and Pardo plucks it out of the air.
there's a collective gasp whenever Texas is anywhere near Pardo, because there is a chance that that ball is going to go in, as we saw early on. San Diego needs to get control and move with the ball in transition with possession.
Ruggles off the wall, but that one is able to be chested back to Rivera. Those long balls not establishing anything right now. Chavez coming forward. He's got trailers coming off the bench. One of them deflects the ball. That's Torrealba. Now Torrealba stepping inside. Oh, he just hit it high off the crossbar. Rising shot that caught everyone by a little bit of surprise, it looked like. And that one could have been stolen away by Gonzalez. Sockers not able to get out of their zone. Macias just wide. Guy had a touch from Pardo. Pardo deflects it now over the top. Morgan's got it. Can Tavoy go in for a hat trick? Yes, he can, until Rivera literally ripped it off his toe.
What excellent goalkeeping display by Rivera, being patient there, waiting for Tavoy's movement first and then pouncing on it. Got to give the goalkeeper credit. Those are some of the most satisfying plays as a goalkeeper, as Pardo also had a satisfying reaction save to his right.
Yes, huge play, because that might have snuck in. That might have gone off post and in if he doesn't deflect it.
Most of Outlaws' dangerous plays have come off of the Sockers' inability to control the ball and pass it out of their own third.
Yes. Well said. Gutierrez. Back to Charlie. 4:15 left in the second quarter. 2-2. Not what anyone was expecting anywhere in the MASL, including, let me tell you, the visiting coach's office here at Frontwave Arena. No one was expecting this, but the San Diego Sockers rotated their lineup, maybe turned off their intensity for a while, and now they find themselves in a match.
And these are the moments where you ask of the Sockers to take care of business, make sure that this game is extinguished, and don't let it linger, because then you can really give those rotational players an opportunity to get those minutes in and be ready for when you do have to face the top of the table later on in the season.
Morales to Charlie Gonzalez, trying to fake out Wyatt Fowler, who's guarding him. Over to Luis. 1v1, dangerous. He's got moves. So does Charlie. Both guys really good on the ball. Trying to find Mitchell Cardenas running parallel through the crease. He pops it to the other side. That header, Gutierrez thought he was going to be able to control facing one way, had to turn the other way. It's killed the whole play. It's going to go all the way back to Boris Pardo. 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Coming up at halftime here on the CBS Sports Golazo Network, you'll hear from soccer's Sebastian Mendez. Zamora thought he was going to get his first MASL shot. Macias took it away. Tavoy knocks it down. Zamora, Tavoy, chest, knocked it wide, header, save made. Rivera got his hip down on it, enough to stop the ball.
Following the play all the way through, following and reading Tavoy's movements and body language once again. Tavoy almost getting that rebound header.
Zamora blocks the entry pass attempt. However, Morales gave it away for a moment. Ruggles is forced to just punt downfield. The race by Mendez. He came racing in. Kid's got speed. You'll hear from him at halftime. Alex Bastiavansky has MASL in 5. We'll have the first half highlights as this one. I don't know if Zamora realized that Pardo couldn't grab it. Passed it hard into his chest. Hey, it's a kid playing his first MASL match. What do you know, give him a little grace. Hoping to make an impact. Almost got an assist on that last play down low. Minute 45. Can San Diego find a go-ahead goal in this time span and somewhat rewrite the history of this first half? Gutierrez off the bench, head of steam, coming to the middle, space to shoot, tips it to Childs for the goal. It was a great run by Gutierrez, and he found his captain on the back post, Craig Childs. 4th goal in 2 games and a 3-2 lead.
Gutierrez starting through the middle, faking that pass to Childs early on, disposing of the coverage, and then simply catching El Capi de Capitanes, Craig Childs, for a simple tap-in to take the lead 3-2, 3-2, San Diego over the Texas Outlaws.
Childs' 6th of the season. 2 assists in the quarter for Gutierrez. And guess what? That's 1, 2, 3. The Sox are on a roll. 3 straight goals. Doesn't feel like it. Doesn't really feel like they're on a roll. But I guess they are. What do we got here?
Seems like it was a double touch off
Texas. Just gave away their free start. Mendez, he shoots at a save. Rivera just got the fingertips up in time. That was a rising rocket. Costa fakes one way, gets pushed into the boards, and it's a foul.
Absolutely smothered against the boards. Another opportunity for the Sockers to take advantage of a set piece. They've been good on set pieces, but a quick restart here.
Charlie Morales off the glass. The league way trying to get out of there. Can't. Ball ricocheted, and Arawe able to get it. Arouse, pardon me. Suriel Arouse.
You see Tavoy and Morales out there on the floor at the same time. That's a...
Morgan. Yeah, wow. 2 forward tandem here. 45 seconds, magic minute of the second quarter. Charlie, lovely move. Trying to get it, right through the legs of a league way to Morgan, who's on a hat trick right now. 2 goals already. Morales tried for a back heel try, but Rivera able to read it. Final 25 seconds now. He lofts a high, slow pass. The league way does well to bring down against the veteran Mitchell Cardenas. Felt like a schoolyard play right there. It's Morgan the other way against the run of play. Over to Costa, 8 seconds. Someone's got to shoot. Costa, 5 seconds. Little fake, got to get a shot off. 2 seconds, there it comes. Saved by Rivera to end the half. Well, the start was frankly horrible, but the finish was pretty good for the San Diego Sockers, who at halftime hold a 3-2 lead, Tony, over the Texas Outlaws. It's one of those classics that you hear in baseball, golf, and you can hear it here. It's not how, it's how many. And it's 3 for San Diego, and it's 2 for Texas.
And San Diego definitely got it together here at the end, but there is flashes from Texas that show vulnerabilities in the Sockers defense. And really, it's a matter of effort. If they're able to keep that momentum going as they did in the latter half of the first half, it can spell success for the Sockers.
30 minutes complete, 30 yet to play here at Frontwave Arena. It's San Diego 3, it is Texas 2, and down on the floor, it's Melissa May standing by with head coach Phil Salvaggio.
Coach, 2 games in 3 days is always a challenge. How did you prep your players with this quick turnover?
Well, you know what? You could tell in our first half it was very slow and sluggish, so we got to pick it up. I mean, it's just, I know we're tired, but and I got a lot of rookies playing, but it's got to just get better.
Building off of that, how important is it to get players like Sean Callahan, Travis Pittman, and Eli Samora into the lineup tonight at this point in the season?
You know, we got a lot of injuries, and, you know, that's what we need our depth, and our D2 players guys got to step up and get in there and our rookies and have a good day.
Next man up, right, Coach?
Next man up.
Thanks so much. Craig, Tony, back to you.
Thank you so much, Melissa. It's halftime here on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Sockers with a 3-2 lead over the Texas Outlaws. But stay right there. When we come back, I'll be joined by one of the youngest players on the club, Sebastian Mendez. Get a chance to meet him, find out what he's all about. That's coming up, plus MASL in 5 on Golazo.
Halftime here at Frontwave Arena between the San Diego Sockers and the Halftime here at Frontwave Arena between the San Diego Sockers and the Texas Outlaws. Halftime here at Frontwave Arena. Halftime here at Frontwave Arena between the San Diego Sockers and the Texas Outlaws. Craig Elston outside the Sockers locker room. I'm joined by Sebastian Mendez, one of the newest San Diego Sockers. Sebastian, just first things first, welcome. How have you found our America's finest city?
Thank you. It's a blessing to be here. Honestly, it's to be a part of this historic team, and I'm just ready to make things happen. You know, so.
You started to make things happen of late. In fact, I know Tony and I were talking about you on Soccer's Overtime. We saw it back-to-back multiple-point performances. It's not easy to crack into a team with 11, 10-year veteran, 16-year veteran in Craig Childs. So I just got to imagine it's been that process for you of starting to fit in, right?
Yes, there's a lot of all-stars, but we practice a lot together, and we're still trying to get to know each other. So everything's gonna come soon, you know. So.
What do you love about this sport of indoor soccer? What makes you excited to be out on the floor?
Honestly, the fans, thank you guys for always supporting us. You know, we're really appreciative, and we just want to give you guys the best show out here. You know, it's all for entertainment purposes, so thank you guys.
We've seen you on the other side of a playoff series before with the Texas Outlaws. Now the Texas Outlaws are here in town. You're here wearing the blue and gold. We're happy about that, but what are your thoughts on this matchup tonight?
It's going to be a good matchup. They finally have their full roster, so it's going to be good. Everything's very unexpected right now, so who knows what's going to happen, honestly.
And last thing for you, Sebastian, the last couple of home games here, you've had the opportunity to go against the league's very best, the Chihuahua Savage, Kansas City Comets. Team comes out with wins each time. What's the confidence level like? What are the guys talking about now in terms of where the team stands after those results?
Honestly, after our first loss, it was very tough, and we locked in, honestly, and in practice, went 2 times harder every day. And, we got injured guys as well, so we just got to stay focused and get healthy, to be honest. So.
Well, luckily, we've got your healthy young legs to keep things running. Sebastian Mendez, welcome to San Diego. It's really a pleasure to be here. Good health and good success the rest of the way.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, that's Sebastian Mendez. We're going to come back after this timeout, MN5, and then first half highlights, third quarter kickoff. All still to come on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Shoot! He scores! Shoot! He scores!
What's going on, everyone? This is the MASL in 5. I've got to get you caught up on everything that's gone down in the league over the past week in just 5 minutes. Let's go.
And it is the last shot of the power play. But now Costa's got a shot to Childs! The shot pass! The hat trick! Who did it? He did it! The captain, Craig Childs! That's who!
It was a clash of the Titans on Wednesday as Kansas City visited San Diego. The Comets were undefeated in regulation time. No longer, though. Craig Childs had a hat trick, and San Diego prevailed 7-4 in that contest. St. Louis nearly pulled off the upset of the season in Chihuahua. They led 9-7 against the Savage in the fourth quarter until Chihuahua got the comeback going and ended up prevailing in the contest 11-9. Now, Frank Taiyu had 4 goals in that game. A few days later, though, a bombshell. St. Louis posted on its Twitter account that Taiyu had left the team The ambush then suspended Frank for conduct detrimental to the team and failure to meet contractual obligations. An unfortunate situation as the ambush lose a superstar. We will keep you up to date as we find out more. Dallas are really turning heads this season. They faced Empire last weekend and dropped them 7-6. The Sidekicks improved to 3-4, and they are currently in the 8th and final playoff spot. Baltimore continues to roll right along. They have looked like a contender this year. They dropped Utica 5-4 last weekend to improve to 6-1. They have now defeated Utica in 3 straight games. Milwaukee also continues to impress. They were all over Texas like a bad rash last week, taking down the Outlaws 14-5. The Wave enter this weekend tied for second with just 1 loss on the season. Finally, a campaign that started out with so much hope in Tacoma is rapidly losing steam. The Stars hosted San Diego on the 10th and suffered their 6th straight loss, falling 9-5. Okay, Commissioner Keith Tozer joined us on MASL Monday to announce the Capelli Commissioner final 2 picks for the upcoming All-Star game. Gordy Gerson got one of the nods. Solid as usual, Gordy is this season. 5 goals, 2 assists for 7 points. Joey Tavernese got the other nod. He is having a resurgent, unreal season for the Harrisburg Heat. 15 points so far this campaign, 12 goals and 3 assists. And of course, it all culminates at the MASL All-Star Game, February 12th in Utica, New York, on that beautiful turf, the league's best, going toe-to-toe. We cannot wait. Players of the week now, Willie B picking up the honor again in goal. Defensively, Jesus Pacheco, and offensively, Ricardo Carvalho of the Milwaukee Wave as well. Ricardo wrecking shop against Texas. 6 points in that single game, 3 goals and 3 assists. Defensively, Pacheco, great against Utica. 2 blocks to go along with also 2 big goals to help lead the Blast to the win over the Blues. And in goal, Willie B, so good all season long. 12 saves against the Texas Outlaws, and he even chipped in offensively with 1 assist. Okay, time now for the plays of the week.
For the give and go, Hernandez looking for a lane. In the corner, gets it back. Great feed from Hernandez.
Comets all of a sudden getting some space to operate. Marquez off the board.
Wallace scored himself, huh?
Oh, what a pretty goal. Rion Marquez.
En la media cancha de la posesión, balón filtrado, va a llegar solo Varela. Goal!
Everyone moving around. Pass goes through. It's tapped home at the back post. Gersten scores. And Utica City right back in it. As here's Welly Bramusi. And Welly steps to his left side and plays it off. Pacheco scores. Jesus Pacheco.
Restart, plays it across, Huffman shot, and we got a goal by Ian Bennett here tonight to make it 4-0.
Algo de ventaja.
Allá viene la pelota para Miguel Ángel Díaz. ¡Ah, qué buen trazo le puso por ahí! ¡A tomar! ¡Gol!
Chance to play it into the corner. And the shot off the crossbar. What a chance. Did that one get in? It did from Alami off a great feed.
And of course, all throughout the MASL season, you can stay up to date on everything that's going down in the league by checking out its official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
Spoken to by San Diego FC for my Rogue video this last weekend.
What? the brand new sparkling Frontwave Arena nestled in inland Oceanside, just about a mile inland of the 5 freeway. That's where we are tonight for Friday night MASL action on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. It's the San Diego Sockers, winners of 6 in a row, holding a 3-2 lead over the Texas Outlaws. Alongside Tony Sanchez, I'm Craig Elston, Melissa May, our field reporter with our Emota broadcast crew, coming to you from the North Press Box here at Frontwave. The Outlaws took a 2-0 lead in this game with goals at 3:22 and 5:28 of the first quarter. The Sockers would answer back courtesy of Tavoy Morgan. It started on a top-of-the-arc set piece. Charlie Gonzalez to Tavoy right at the free throw line there for 2-1. Then in the second quarter, Tavoy would get it going again, working with Christian Gutierrez on a 2v1 down the floor. Gutierrez to Morgan, who finished it off into right side netting at 5:27 for 2-2. 3-2 came courtesy of the captain, Craig Childs. Childs finding himself on the back post. Perfect setup from Gutierrez. He makes it look easy for his 6th goal of the season at 13:31 of the second quarter. That's how long it took for San Diego to get to a lead, and they got the lead 3-2. Well, we're ready now for the start of the third quarter. Sockers once again in yellow and blue. They are running right to left across your screens, while Texas in white with black numbers, they will go left to right. Boris Pardo, the 40-year-old veteran goalkeeper of the Sockers, is 3 minutes and change away from 10,000 minutes in his MASL career, the most among any goalkeepers in the 11-year history of this franchise. So something to think about here. Whether or not he will come out is an open question. However, he did at least partially warm up his reserve, Xavier Snare-Williams, when the teams came out of the locker room. So not sure if Xavier's going to come in. He's now with his gloves off. I can see luxuriating on the edge of the bench. So I'm guessing maybe it is Pardo for at least this quarter, but we'll wait and see.
And we'll see if Pardo can rally his team and bring the energy back up, as he was asking earlier in the first quarter. Sockers were off to a very slow start, able to respond. It's a good 1-2 here.
Here's Costa. Childs in the middle, but the ball bounced off his shin. If it finds his toe, it probably finds the net. First minute done, third quarter. Now 2.5 minutes away from Pardo 10,000. Costa on the Kaiser Permanente logo, taken away by Texas. It's Stankovic. Got his right foot into it, and then the header try, Pardo able to corral with ease. Mitchell Cardenas, who played a year with the Texas Outlaws. They were called Mesquite at that time. That is where they play, the city of Mesquite, Texas, at the Mesquite Arena. But they are for all of Texas, the Texas Outlaws. Stankovic takes it away. Stankovic then he got bumped by Luis Morales, and in a slow motion car crash took 2 more steps before he careened to the ground.
Some 80 on 80 player action there.
Yeah. It's an 80 grade foul.
It's a big boy Morales. It's a bowling ball when he gets downfield, and very physical.
I'm curious to see adjustments from the soccer side going from halftime to the third quarter. Is there a different level? They did not come out of the pregame locker room right at all. How will they come out of the halftime locker room? A foul called against Texas. I think the first 5 minutes at least are interesting in this sense. However, 2 of them are already gone. 3-2. Here's Keiko Gontan. Well, tried to shovel it in. It was blocked away. He's got a hustling Torrealba behind him. And that's the thing the Outlaws have been bringing under Ed Piskarich and assistant coach David Gill tonight. They have been bringing high intensity, high work rate. And especially early in the halves, they've probably got that burst and youthful edge. The Sockers need their experience to start to really step to the front.
Also need to be tidy in possession, not giving up so many easy possessions as here. Just right there, almost an opportunity for Texas to take the ball away. Morales. Restart with Drew Ruggles.
And Luis feels like a different player on a different team. I got to be honest with you right now. It feels like he's out there in the Sockers yellow and blue, but he's on an island of his own right now. There's almost zero connectivity when he is on the ball between he and any of the other players on the team. That's not a diss on Morales. That's just indicative of the situation. Young man came as a solo striker from Texas last year, just playing at King's Cup on a completely different team. Takes a while to develop synergy, and he was away from the team for the better part of the last 3 weeks.
It's an adjustment period that they definitely have to go. These international players who are playing with a different style altogether, and you can see the soccer.
Steal. Charlie shoots, save, punched away by Rivera. Charlie steals it back from behind, gets it back from Ruggles, trying to feed Morgan in the middle, taken away by Gonzalez, and then the ball loose along the wall. Cardenas runs it down over the head of Charlie toward the Sockers bench. He reads the ball off the wall like an outfielder would. Played the carom well. And over to Cardenas. 4 minutes done in the first quarter, in the third quarter. No scoring yet. Costa trying to change that. Cardenas steps in. He shoots it just wide. Trickling wide, but he was called for a foul anyway.
Cardenas has had some success this season on the last and final third. Just finishing the ball exactly where he needs to be, but finding the post, unfortunately for him.
By the way, the required time has elapsed, so congratulations to Boris Pardo on now having played 10,001 minutes in the MASL, the most of any player in the 11-year history of the league. Chris Toth, of course, who played here, Tacoma, Ontario. He's right behind, nipping at the heels, and those two guys have been rivals and friends and rivals again for many years.
He'll continue breaking the record and establishing the record at least for as long as he's on the floor for the remaining 25 and change of this game.
Costa to Cardenas, taken away Laidley. Joanne Laidley. Stankovic finds some room, whistles it off the goal glass. Childs thought he was about to collect the rebound. Arouse came in and took it away. And then is tapped out by Christian Gutierrez. Costa's got a guy on his back. He springs himself loose. He finds Childs. It's 2v1 in the attacking third, but the ball got away from Craig. He tries to sidewall pass it, and it's right back to the men in white. 5 minutes done, 35 minutes done in this match. 3-2 San Diego, the score remains. A shockingly low score based on the prognostications. If you were to look at daily fantasy, they were anticipating 10, 11 goals for San Diego tonight. I think the under might just come in. Gutierrez trying to dribble through a snowstorm, and instead Ruggles finds the ball. Ruggles, diagonal pass, Mendez with Gonton on wing. Mendez steps to his left foot. Mendez crossing around, and he misses wide.
Several opportunities he had at the top of the arc to take a shot and had a good look. It's again keeping the ball a little bit too long. Mendez on that left foot, doing the right move, cutting in through inside, but just not making the right decision at the right time.
Yeah, it was like the light was like blinking green, brighter green, green, yellow, red. You know, there was that moment and it elapsed. Look out. There's an open man down. Can Ortiz spot him? It took too long to get to Bagley. Tyler Bagley coming in, trying to refeed. Morales runs it back and takes it away. Field opening up, jumping in on the steal. It is Steven Gonzalez, and he scores! Steven Gonzalez takes advantage of a broken field and puts Texas back to level terms. This Outlaws team not going away at all. 3-3 here in San Diego.
Steven Gonzalez had all the time in the world after anticipating the ball, cutting it off himself, and really placing it exactly where he needed to be. Again, no pressure at all. Ruggles waiting a little too long to put a foot out. This goes around Boris Pardo, who's irate.
6:23, time of goal. Okay. Here is Gonzalez to Christian Gutierrez. Boy, we asked the question, how will this team come out of the locker room? The answer is, sorry, not very well again. This is an uninspiring, unimpressive performance by San Diego, but as long as you say that, you have to say an extremely impressive performance by the Texas Outlaws. Charlie Gonzalez answers and makes it 4-3 San Diego.
And Charlie Golazo being that focal point as well. He's been incredibly important this season for the Sockers, getting it done on its own, being patient, throwing off the mark, opening up with that powerful and educated left foot of his. Really responding quickly. It's exactly what San Diego needed at this time, is a quick response. Show these fans that they're not just here to enjoy Texas and their offense. They got some of their own as well.
Well, right now, before we go to break, here is Boris Pardo being acknowledged for over 10,000 minutes now in the Major Arena Soccer League. Congratulations to Boris for setting the minutes milestone. He wants to get a little bit more of a lead on the scoreboard too, but is getting mobbed by his buddies. We're going to come back with more third quarter action. 4-3 San Diego. We'll see the goal again when we come back on Golazo. .7:59 to play in the third quarter. Charlie Gonzalez with his fourth goal of the season. Second point of the night. Good to give the homestanding Sockers back a lead 4-3. And after being honored, Boris Pardo has exited the match. And Xavier Snare-Williams takes over. The 25-year-old who grew up right here in Oceanside, California, making just his second appearance of the season. In his one start, he stopped 11 of 14 shots to pick up a victory over Empire and earned MASL Goalkeeper of the Week. Now tonight, Pardo, just like a starting pitcher who's gone more than 5 and leaves with the lead, Boris is the keeper of record right now. And, you know, speaking of records, while we talk about 10,000 minutes, I think it should also bear noting that Boris, with last week's win, or Wednesday's win, I should say, improved to 131, 31, and 7 in the MASL. 100 games over 500 in terms of regulation results. 131 and 31. So really impressive. Here's Gutierrez looking for Tavoy Morgan. Tavoy got 2 goals to turn 2-0 to 2-2. Morgan back and forth on his right foot. Tipped away from him by Laidley, who jumped in as a double team. Now this ball is going to corkscrew off the low wall, and then off of a backheel flick, and then it comes down to Charlie Gonzalez. And you just never know what you're going to see in arena soccer.
Exactly, and I mean, talking about those records and those times, what a legendary player Bopa is, and what a player for Xavier to learn under. The tutelage of Bopa is exquisite there, as you have Tavoy here still fighting for his life, and now a foul finally gets called.
That foul really is on the initial contact. They just let it go. I don't know if they're trying to play advantage or what. Here's a chance, and Charlie's been good on these tonight and all year. Finding Luis Morales, fakes the pass. Morgan didn't think he would. Then Morales shoots, and a big save by Rivera. Got his body in the way.
Bit of a miscommunication there. Wasn't expecting that second pass from Morales. Still able to rifle off a shot in traffic. Make Rivera work a little bit here.
One thing you know when you watch Luis Morales is Ruggles shoots looking for Morales, and that one went in between his legs on the back post. Here's a run by Gonzalez, lost it. Childs finding it. Childs pushed down. To finish my point, when Morales has the ball in his toe, you see the futsal training and skill and why he's on the U.S. national futsal team. Kid keeps the ball on the ground all the time. There's never any bounces. Every time he passes it, it rolls, and there's a great chance by Morgan and a better save by Rivera.
Rivera having some impressive saves here, tracking the ball back, making sure all his angles and posts are covered. El poste está cubierto by Rivera.
Jesus Rivera has been quite good. Knocked away by Charlie, but the ball went too far.
But definitely talk about Morales and his skill and the futsal attitude. There's a certain adage that futsal players don't like to shoot, but I'll tell you something, Morales loves to shoot.
This one is out to Tyler Bagley, who had the goal for 2-0 earlier tonight. Bagley with a lovely turn. Little fakery, then he trips over his own attempt to crossover. Oh, man. Rough night at the Y. Here comes Luis Morales. Luis steps over, doesn't trip, shoots. It's blocked by the defender into the grasp of Jesus Rivera.
It's going to be important for Morales to get at least one tonight for his confidence and really open up this game as well.
That's defensive clearance on San Diego. A mistake by Mitchell Cardenas is going to give Texas a chance to retie this match. Here's a look all the way back at 4-3 and see how Charlie gave San Diego a lead.
Good move.
And give Costa an assist on that. Need to see that tacked on to the MASL numbers. Back to Ortiz in the top of the arc, free kick. Tried to fake and shoot it through the wall. Wall blocked the ball away.
It's impressive the power that's able to be generated with such a short run-up. Ortiz there, we saw it earlier in the second half, being able to generate and pivot those hips. As now is there going to be a foul, a handball, called. Ball for San Diego.
Don't forget, you can get the latest news on the MASL, your favorite teams, by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, or MASL Arena on the website formerly known as Twitter. 4:22 left to go in the third quarter. Costa. Over to Keiko Gontan. Keiko, little stop and start. Soccer's trying to establish something here, maybe a little rhythm, a little possession. Costa finding Morgan. Morgan trying to spin. Morgan's getting open. Knee save by Rivera. Wow.
Boy, frozen there in disbelief. He thought he had a sure goal, but Rivera able to make sure that that back angle is absolutely close as possible. And here's another chance for Morgan.
Gets double teamed and erased. Back the other way. Sockers have to hustle back. They got three players behind the play. Ortiz had a leeway for a moment, but Keiko Gontan was the one guy who kept the defense intact there. 3:26 to go in the third. Next goal's big.
Yes, it is.
Feels like it, doesn't it? Well, I didn't think I was going to say that at all tonight, so big credit to the Outlaws. They've already outplayed their form by a mile. Costa down the middle. Morgan on 2 goals. Tavoy Morgan drew that double team. Ruggles watches it go by. Gontan down to the middle, to the corner to Costa. Costa takes an elbow to the schnoz. And we've got a foul, but this might be a time. There's the card, indeed, because while Costa's a little guy, doesn't matter if the contact's above the shoulders. That's a blue card.
You don't often see Costa going down in that way in a heap. Usually the one to battle through a foul like that.
Chavez and Ruggles are getting into it verbally. Chavez will go to the break. Let's take a look at the foul.
See Gabi controlling here the ball, moving over to his side, and the defender's mentality. Either the ball passes or the player passes, not both. Deciding. Gabi Costa, you're taking a seat here.
Well, this should be a major advantage for the San Diego Sockers. Power play begins with 2:58 remaining in the third quarter. It'll count down either to 58 seconds remaining in the frame or to a Sockers goal, which could extend a 4-3 lead. San Diego on the year is 4 for 9 on the power play, 44%. They have conceded twice shorthanded. However, Texas has faced a man advantage 8 times and given up a goal in 7 of 8. They are 12% on the kill. So Sockers hoping to add another one to those stats as they bring out a lineup of offensive talent where the fifth guy in the San Diego group would be the number 1 guy in the Texas group. You've got Costa and Charlie Gonzalez. You've got Tavoy Morgan in the middle and 2 deadly wings, Morales on the right, Childs on the left. Here's their, let's see.
There's a conversation with Kia Depina.
Well, Eligwe has been the guy that was sent to the box. Thought it was Chavez. But nonetheless, it doesn't matter. The power play is about ready to begin. Morales gets it started, rolling it out to Gabriel Costa. Charlie's at the top of the umbrella. Childs on the left wing as mentioned, and Morgan's the man in the middle. Costa. Sockers will keep reversing the ball from side to side across the field, trying to move the Outlaws' defense and create passing lanes. Minute 40 on the man advantage. Childs back to Charlie, keeping that ball moving. It's Costa in the corner. He tried to cross. Back to Morales and a save Rivera.
Excellent save by Rivera there, getting the hand up, making sure that all that top angle is locked and loaded there. Bien hecho de Rivera.
Minute 20. Childs wall pass, kicked out. That should be defensive clearance. It sure will. And that's now a top of the arc with a man advantage and only a 2-man wall in front of you.
Sockers cannot afford to let this power play be killed. Have to take advantage of the opportunities that you're given. And again, if you're looking at this and looking at the rest of the season as well, these are the moments that you have to take care of for sure.
Charlie will take care of it all by himself with a lovely free kick goal. There's no wall there, open space, and Charlie looking like he's chipping at the old driving range. Says, okay, I'll put it right on in the net for his brace. 2 straight and a 5-3 lead.
That was way too easy for Charlie Golazo, who just simply walks up to the ball, looks at the defense and said, are you really giving me that entire left side? Okay, here we go. Freezing Rivera with a powerful curved effort there with the parte interna, the internal part of the ball used to curve powerfully. It's a Charlie Gonzalez show here.
First 2-goal lead of the series. Also known as the match, but this is the first of a 2-game series. Christian Gutierrez trying to just bull rush his way down the field. Morales steals it back away from Steven Gonzalez, then fakes out Bagley, comes into the zone, fakes him again, fakes him a 3rd time, shovels it down low, gets it back, shot and a save.
Excellent foot control that you have by Morales, and you're a chance of 1 versus 3 effort. Ortiz now joining the fray, a shot from way downtown.
Well, the 5th power play goal for the Sockers in 10 tries and for Texas. Wow. 8 conceded in 9 tries. Definitely happy to see a blue card if you are facing the Outlaws. On his first touch and first shift of the night, it's Texas's number 4, Max Deverenas. He's played in all 5 matches, but yet we hadn't seen him on the floor once. We would have known with that big old blonde ponytail. Minute 7 left in the quarter. Sockers change the whole frame of things if they get another one late here. All of a sudden, Texas will start thinking dark thoughts. Remember, the Outlaws are 0-5. The Sockers are 6-1, winners of 6 in a row. And it's probably just a matter of time for the quality to start to shine here in North County, San Diego. Keiko Gontan. Mitchell Cardenas. And Tavoy on the pin down pass. Has a man all over him. Final 30 seconds of the quarter. Ruggles trying to get it back to Morgan. Ball took a backspin hop. Now Morgan found it. Now Morgan shoots. Rips it off the facing of the Modelo Cantina in the southeast corner of Frontwave Arena. Deflection is ruled against Texas, giving the ball back to San Diego on a corner kick with 20.7 left. Can they get Charlie involved in this again?
You start seeing Texas be a little bit more tired. Those legs are moving slower, not being able to keep up with the play and the off-ball movement by San Diego. It's exactly when they can go ahead and take advantage and score a couple more here.
Charlie reads the play. Childs, shoulder save by Rivera. Ball still loose. Kicked out. There's 13 seconds left in the quarter. It's Laidley making a run along the bench wall. Costa bumps into him, keeping the ball. Stankovic, 3 seconds. Need a shot from way outside. Got one. It was wide. Ortiz puts it into the grasp of X as the quarter comes to an end. A milestone quarter for Boris Pardo, the goalkeeper, crossing the 10,000-minute mark in the MASL. But for Charlie Gonzalez, it was just a business quarter. He put in a pair of goals to turn 3-3 into 5-3 San Diego. 45 minutes complete from Frontwave Arena, and the fourth quarter yet to come. Outlaws still in it. Come on back for more MASL on Golazo.
Nation's heroes and his incredible family. Please join us in showing our heartfelt appreciation for Staff Sergeant James Cruz, who is currently deployed overseas, serving our country with extraordinary courage and dedication. You can see Staff Sergeant James Cruz up on the screen. And with us here tonight, please welcome his wife Gail, his children Angelo and Leanna. Your strength and resilience inspires all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to your feet and join me in giving a thunderous round of applause to Staff Sergeant James Cruz and his incredible family.
All right, Sockers fans, you know it's the end of the third quarter. You know what time it is. It's the Frisbee toss. Once these barrels are set, I'll count you down 3, 2, 1, and you'll have 1 minute to toss your Frisbee. So 3, 2, 1, toss those Frisbees. There is $193 cash on the line tonight on this Military Appreciation Night. I would love for an active duty or former military member to get their Frisbee in one of these barrels. You're taking home some cash tonight. Frisbee.
There's nowhere in the rule says that that's not allowed. 3.
Hey, gang, don't forget to catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Pastavansky and Phil Ivanko are joined by special guests from around the league, recapping the weekend's action and discussing the hot topics around the league. That's MASL Monday, and you can catch it right here on CBS Sports Golazo Network and MASL TV on YouTube. Third quarter highlights. Let's take a look. It was an all-Gonzalez quarter. If your name was Gonzalez, you were eligible to school. If not, no. Here's Steven Gonzalez, eligible. Comes in and scores. All-Gonzalez quarter. Boy, Sockers just caught flat-footed to start the third. But then, let's see. Costa, nope, can't do it. But Charlie Gonzalez, yes, can score. Charlie Gonzalez allowed. Gonzalez left-footed, lovely, perfectly placed for 4-3. 5-3 comes on a free kick. You can't give him the right foot. Just give him that. You're saying, oh, would you like me to kick it here? Sure. Charlie Gonzalez gets that for 5-3. And the look of expression on Rivera's face, the goalkeeper goes, what about this? Oh, my goodness. 5-3 is the score. Sockers now have put up 26 shots to 16 for the Outlaws. And I think you made a good point, Tony, toward the end of the quarter. We saw so much speed and verve from the younger Outlaws team at the beginning of the first quarter, beginning of the third quarter. But by the end, you started to see it wilt a little bit. There's so much less experience on this Texas team, so many fewer players who are established. And even for the Stars, David Ortiz, it's his first match of the year. Vic Moraligwe, it's only his second match of the year. This is only the first time all year that Ed Piskarich has had his so-called full squad on the floor. So all of that is a preamble to say the Sockers might have another level here in the fourth quarter to put this match out of reach. But I think they need to come out of the break with intensity in order to do so.
And yeah, it definitely seems like San Diego had that extra gear always in mind, knowing that at any point they can just go ahead and pile on the offense. In this match, it's in the form of Charlie Gonzalez. But again, it's still a 5-3 match. One goal by Texas. Make this a little bit more interesting than it needs to be for San Diego.
Oligwe can do it. Turns and Cardenas blocked that shot off his right foot, and then a foul called against Vic Moore. Always like to mention when we see Vic Moore Oligwe in a match that he is an outstanding painter who has created a number of designs, paints on wood, does all sorts of stuff in many ways reflecting his African heritage and paying homage to that. It's beautiful. You can follow him on Instagram at VicMoreLigwe_art. I do, and I would suggest you do. This is a man with thoughtfulness, passion in his heart. He has an artist's flair, and he's great on the pitch as well. Really great dude, Vic Moraligwe. So just wanted to mention that. Check him out. Seen him around this league for 11 years.
Love to see that. Just the soul of the players that comprise the MASL is outstanding. Some great individuals, incredible human beings. Incredible human being right here, Ortiz.
Here he comes. Costa thought a little less of it. Bumped him off the ball. Gonzalez, bouncing ball, finding Vic. Vic Moore lifts it back to Laidley. And then Costa just says, how about my leg? Would you like to fall over it? That would be a foul. Don't forget the MASL All-Star Games heading to Utica, New York, February 12th, 2025. So Alex Sanchez added to the All-Stars, replacing Frank Tayu. Hope you're well, Frank. Reach out. Hope you're good, buddy. Follow the MASL on social media for new updates all the time. 13:30 left. Here's Ortiz. Diving save. X-Man comes through. Ortiz spinning on the ball again. Ruggles stays with him.
What a great shot by Ortiz, and a better save by Xavier Snare-Williams, who almost had to guess where that ball was going to go ahead and come at him from, as now.
Look out. Salazar in a phone booth filled with serpents. Slithering through. It's Arouse. And this one's found the back of the net. It's Stankovic as the Sockers fall apart on the right wing. And the Outlaws answer. And looky here. We got an upset brewing. It's 5-4 San Diego. Outlaws on the prowl trying to steal some points in San Diego.
And Juan Salazar getting out the worst of this one, not being able to come out of the last third with the ball in control. And that's what Texas has been doing well very much entirely this match, is taking advantage of the opportunities that San Diego gives them and having trouble coming out of the final third. Just pounce on it and have an opportunity for a shot. More than likely, they'll go in. They've had 4 of those here.
Stankovic from Arouse. Oh, Morgan lost his balance spinning away. The foul was called. But potentially a little bit of a bailout for Tavoy there, but San Diego might be able to take advantage of the space. Guy who's been the Sockers player of the match so far, Charlie Gonzalez, 2 goals and an assist. Here he is. Says, come here, Gabby. Over to, oh, Childs into the crowd. And that will not be a souvenir. It'll be thrown on back down. Well, well, well.
You don't want to count out any sort of effort here from the Texas Outlaws that they may have in the last 12 and a half. That can be enough to bring this team across for that.
Timeout, Texas. Ed Piskarich is going to gather his crew. And we will take a break. We are, never mind. We will not go to break. We will stay right here and wait for the officials' timeout to go to break. So instead, we have a chance to remind you about another great show that is created by the Major Arena Soccer League. Let's tell you about MASL Under Review. If you disagree with the call tonight, you might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show, Under Review, with Phil Levanco and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube. While we're promoting things, Soccer's Overtime is back, the weekly talk show that supports the San Diego Sockers and the Major Arena Soccer League. Hosted by these two guys right here, Tony Sanchez and me, Craig Elston. We're on San Diego Punto Football on YouTube. Find us every Tuesday at 6 p.m. for the live show. Special player guests join us live. We recap every match. We go through the MASL news of the week. We go through the Sockers news of the week. It's a very straightforward show. We recap the match. We talk to a guy, MASL news, Sockers news. But it's a great place for San Diego fans to stay connected with the league and for fans of the MASL to catch our sometimes scorching hot takes. So please join us. Soccer's Overtime on YouTube. Just search for San Diego .FUTBOL, football.
Football.
That's where you'll also find Tony and Chiva's outstanding 2 Balls and a Mic podcast. Abraham Cepeda's coverage of San Diego Wave FC. Are they really going to sell the best defender in the world for money?
Yep, that's what is being reported. Hey, business in San Diego, sports is not in the best state right now.
It's not good. Not making me happy. Sebastian Mendez could make me happy. Firing one off the wall. Rivera kept the paw out just in case. Gutierrez got a shin burger. Got kicked hard right there. Ouch.
Sana colita de rana. That one's going to leave a mark there. Take out the arnica for that one.
Here it is again. Bang. Oof. Ortiz. Here's Childs. Oh, tried to feather it through Gonzalez. Gonzalez wasn't having it. Not even a little bit. And then a foul called along the way. By the way, between third and fourth quarter, a tradition that dates back many a year, the Frisbee toss. David Ortiz, he's a playful one. He came out of the Outlaws bench huddle, grabbed a missed Frisbee, and point blank threw it into the bucket. And then Vic Moore followed him and did a second. Now, people pay for those, and if you get one in, you get half the pot. Well, Mary Beth Hughes, director of game day here, don't try and get anything past her. Are you kidding me? She pulled those things out disdainfully, she did.
Absolutely eagle-eyed, and it was around that same spot where the foul is that that Frisbee landed. There wasn't any rule that said that a player can't manipulate it into the bucket. So
well, I think there is now a rule.
Now there is.
It's the Hughes rule. Way to go, MB.
Talk about controversial calls.
Here's Vic Moore, 5-4 match, trying to find an equalizer. Vic Moore, the long-term veteran on this team, the one guy with real experience. Laidley. Soccer's all of a sudden just defending. Remember, this team averages 12 goals allowed per match. Texas, 12. The Sockers, 4.3. Sockers are on their average. Texas is well below. Macias. But maybe we're seeing a new look to this Outlaws team. That's an easy foul to call. on Mendez.
And the Sockers can get lost in these tic-tac fouls here and give a chance for Texas to get their legs underneath them, catch a breath. There are tired legs. That's what they need in order to recover, and here's a chance now. Cardenas defending.
Laidley. Gonzalez sending in a league way. Hearts of warriors, these Outlaws. We saw them, honestly, they should have beaten the Sockers last year when they came here the first time. And in a similarly depleted fashion, they didn't have Morales that night. They didn't have Mendez that night. Uzi Tayu was playing forward. He scored 2 goals, 2 bangers. I remember Uzi. Christian Gutierrez and the Sockers trying to get out of hot water in the corner right now. Bagley's looking for an equalizer. He tries to fall on the ball, and he gets the call that he wanted from Adrian Gonzalez. And it'll be another free kick for Texas with 10:54 to play in the fourth quarter.
The Sockers had already dispossessed the ball, but they were still kicking about and ended up kicking the Outlaw player that was on the floor, and that still constitutes as a foul.
Gonzalez reminding the players of the proper spacing needed. Xavier Snare-Williams trying to set up his wall. We've got a yellow card that has been shown to a Soccer. And it looks like it's Gabby Costa. And I tell you what, that's an important player on the Sockers that has to sit the next 5 minutes plus a dead ball.
You want to talk about ingredients that can contribute to a cardiac finish for the Sockers? That's certainly one of them. Gotta ensure to keep their head in the game.
Brings Sean Callahan into the action for the first time tonight. The veteran who's been injured most of the last 2 years. Ortiz finds Callahan's toe. And then a steal by Macias, and Callahan blocks the shot. Well done, Shawnee. Foul called on Mendez, who's fit to be tied.
And you see the frustration now by the Sockers, unable to get any offense going, having to defend most of the quarter.
Blocked shot into the crowd again.
And again, these pauses are giving the Outlaws a chance for them to catch their breath and really reassess and be thoughtful with their movements on offense.
Rivera able to lift one into the zone again. Ruggles just kind of puts it back to the middle. Ortiz will shoot a skipper that Xavier finds at a chest-high height. It turned into an ultra-routine save. 10:21 left to play. 5-4, that's it. Tavoy spins through a tackle, dropped by a league way. And another free kick coming up. Morgan with a little bit of a hitch in his giddy up right now. And we're going to have a whistle and a timeout called by Phil Salvaggio and the San Diego Sockers. So we'll take a timeout with them. 5-4, the Sockers clinging to the narrowest of leads over the winless Outlaws. Will Texas continue the update strike, or will the Sockers be able to put this one away? We will not go to break, and therefore this seems like an unnecessarily dramatic sentence on my part. Well, okay. We'll stay right here and remind you that you can get the latest on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. Don't forget when you're on YouTube to click subscribe and get the bell for notifications for MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find live game broadcasts and rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more.
Now wondering what Phil Salvaggio had to say to the team and really inspire them to do something that they haven't been able to do this entire match. And get some rhythm going, get some momentum going on the offensive side of things. They've been very fortunate that Charlie's been able to bail them out.
Remember how I told you how the Sockers were out shooting Texas 26-16 after 3 quarters? Fourth quarter shots are Texas 6, San Diego 0.
Yikes.
The concept of a blowout win against the winless Outlaws, that's out the window. As mentioned, there's Costa from the yellow card that he took back on the previous free kick. He has to sit a total of 5 minutes, but not just 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes, and then the next time the ball goes out of play, that's when you're allowed out. There's a theoretical world in which he doesn't get out till the end of the quarter.
Could have certainly contributed to the set-piece play as well.
Ruggles off the wall. Header try, Mendez wide. And as the ball bounces out, Charlie Gonzalez can control it on the Sockers' shield. Next time we're back here, Tony, I believe it'll be a different carpet for the Sockers in a cursive script instead of a shield. Stay tuned. Chavez on the break. Off the wall. Oh, Stankovic just missed. Just missed putting in a roofing equalizer. By maybe a half an inch, and then this one goes off Charlie's head for defensive clearance. And the Sockers are going to concede a top-of-the-arc free kick in a 1-goal match in the final 10 minutes.
Once again, adding to that big pot of ingredients, giving the Outlaws a chance to have a set piece, a dangerous look, and tie this game in the fourth quarter. Ortiz.
Oh, Gonzalez. That ball touched 17 different seats in Frontwave Arena, but nowhere near the net, unfortunately, for Texas. 5-4 San Diego. If you're an MASL neutral, you're no longer neutral. You're 100% Outlaws right now the rest of the way. That's for 10 other markets besides Texas and San Diego.
And the Outlaws know it. They have a chance to staying here. Coming up on the right wing.
Savoy just pushed down by Harry Davies. Savoy a little slow getting up. As mentioned, the whole idea of a blowout win, that's done. That's done and dusted. It's gone. The question is, can the Sockers beat this Outlaws team tonight? Mendez turns and he says yes with a golazo on the Golazo Network. Oh, Sebastian!
He called that play once, twice, but it was a third time, cutting in with that left foot. Almost a little bit too much on the setup, but he's able to catch up and whip the ball with his left to the top. En la esquina, donde las arañas hacen su nido.
Oh, cleaned out the spiders?
Where the spiders make their webs and their nests there in the corners.
There it is. I like it. I thought so. Okay. Sebastian Mendez picks up his third goal in 3 games and third of the year.
As this game is far from over, as Texas just matriculated very easily through the defense of San Diego once again. This is not going to be an easy 8.5 left on the quarter.
Believe Childs should have gotten an assist on that play. Here's Craig in the corner. Someone had to give Sebastian the ball. Ortiz takes it away. .8:18 to go. Can San Diego turn this into a run?
Sockers definitely bring down the intensity. Think about the plays. Be intentional about their movements. Still be able to strike lethally. You had mentioned it earlier. That next goal was incredibly important, but I don't know. I think we're in a similar situation right now.
That 2-goal lead just, it changes how Texas can attack. Here's Christian Gutierrez. In a minute or two, it'll force them into chances, taking chances. And that could lead to breakaways for San Diego. However, a young man who deserves some credit right there is number 48, Tyler Bagley. He's been really strong in tonight's game, and he's given 100% effort every single shift. It's one thing you can say about all the Outlaws. They have been fully committed to this result from the opening whistle until now. Bagley putting it to the middle. Oh, Morales had to take it away from Chavez, who was coming in for a goal. And now at 7:15, I believe we will go to timeout. Just going to let the countdown start for a second and see if it continues. Okay, I think we're going 6-4. San Diego leads Texas. We're back with the final burn next. Will San Diego get their 7th straight win, or does Texas have an answer? Stay tuned and find out on Golazo.
Soccers fans, it's time for the Junkyard Sports Bar and Grill T-shirt toss. The soccer squad is out here with Esteban Toscano and Brandon Elsad. They're not coming your way unless you get on your feet and you make some noise. Junkyard Sports Bar and Grill is your one-stop shop for great food, cold drinks, and live sports. It's right across the street. I see that Esteban still got some swag, and he's not giving it away to anyone. He's gonna make you work for it, fans. Wow. All right, nice job.
It's 6-4 Sockers, but Texas has a corner kick with a chance to try and claw one back. 7:15 to play, fourth quarter from Frontwave Arena. Craig Elston, Tony Sanchez, Melissa May, our Moda broadcast crew here with you. David Ortiz ready to set this one up. Plays it out to the wing, and Gonzalez can't control. And just like that, the Texas free kick. And Robson then, Charlie Gonzalez runs over the top of the ball. He had an open steal and couldn't control it. Ran right over the top of the ball. Back to the Outlaws. 7 minutes to play. Vic Moraligwe. Gonzalez in the corner. Charlie comes over to take it away from Steven, no relation. Luis Morales trying to get around his longtime good friend David Ortiz. They both played together on the U.S. futsal team as well as they were teammates in Texas the last 2 years.
We were talking about it before the match. Every game is important this season, including this one. It seems like only one team got the memo. That's the Texas Outlaws, who are close to having a spectacular finish to this, the best game of their season.
Morales. No points tonight for Luis Morales. Had 8 in his first 3 games. He's been shut out since. That one misplayed out by San Diego, giving it away and back to Texas. You know one team that never messes around at home? Chihuahua. Earlier tonight, they beat Dallas 14-2. So the Savage now with 23 points on top of the table. If San Diego gets all 3 points with a regulation win tonight, they'd move to 20 points and would be alone in second. A foul denies a rush down the floor for the Sockers.
See some physicality here as the Outlaws are going to be trying to take advantage of the misposition.
And a yellow on Salazar. That's 2 Sockers to have seen yellow cards in this fourth quarter. Juan Salazar. I feel like that one was a little bit quick. Juan Salazar was close on the delay of game, but he was backing up all the way.
Yeah, it's referee deciding for Salazar. He needs a little bit of a break, a little bit of a timeout. And, you know, at the end of the day, you still have to not give the referee a reason. It seems like he gave a reason enough.
Steven Chavez and the Outlaws probing for a goal to really make this crowd nervous in North County, San Diego. In the corner, Chavez waits for the ball. It's bouncing off the wall. Oligwe tried for something over there. Couldn't get his leg on it. Xavier throws it out. Mendez watched it bounce short of 3 lines, brings it down. He's double teamed. Jumped out of a tackle for a goal momentarily, or earlier. Now, blue card on Mendez. Blue card on Mendez, and the Sockers are going to go a man down on the field, have 3 men in the box. Costa actually just let out of his yellow. And now Texas gets a 5-on-4 advantage for the next 2 minutes.
San Diego once again getting in their own way. A mistimed challenge by Mendez leads to an opportunity, a golden opportunity for Texas to get one back. And really, there's plenty of time for anything to happen in this match, Greg.
This Outlaws power play begins with 5:49 remaining in the fourth quarter. It'll count to either 3:49 remaining or to an Outlaws goal that could cut into a San Diego 6-4 lead on the year. Texas is 50-50 on the power play, 4 out of 8. Sockers have killed 7 of 8 power plays against and have scored once shorthanded. Needs to be a wide open man for Texas. They don't see him. Bagley was just alone in front of Xavier Snare-Williams. Ball being dribbled around in offensive midfield. Over to right wing, Macias, shot blocked by Ruggles. Ouch! Right into a young lady in the crowd at full pace. Hope she's okay. Back in play, minute 24 on the man advantage. Macias. Down low, it's Bagley. He shoots, kick save. Can San Diego break out? Ortiz takes it away from Christian Gutierrez. 5 minutes to play. Final 5 minutes of this one. 6-4 San Diego. Minute 4 on the power play for the Outlaws. Steven Gonzalez, David Ortiz, Vic Moore-Oligwe, Stephen Bagley, and Eric Macias, and it's Oligwe! Vic Moore's on the driver's seat. He's got it going on. Power play goal. Look at these Outlaws. You can't stop them. 6-5. Texas is still in it.
A perfectly played ball here. A misguided look here by Gonzalez, sending the defenders all the way to the right. Ruggles has no choice but to cover in the middle. Just a toe poke to get past Xavier Snare-Williams. We're going to go into another timeout here being asked. He's going to have to think about this. 6-5.
It is Oligwe's first goal of the season from Steven Gonzalez at 10-16 for a 6-5 score. And for the San Diego Sockers, a performance that for a team that holds itself to a high standard, if they're going to hold themselves to a high standard, they should be extraordinarily displeased. While we wait, let's remind you that you can shop for your favorite MASL gear from all your different teams. All you got to do is go to the league's website, maslsoccer.com/shop, or click the shop tab on the homepage at maslsoccer.com. Get great deals from all the teams from around the country and in Mexico. All the credit to the Texas Outlaws. They've come in with a roster that, you know, with all respect to them, does not compare to most of the other teams in the league. The Outlaws' original coaching and leadership team, led by Tatu, Sagu, Nick Stavro, they all left. They left the organization. There was a chance that the Outlaws weren't going to play this season. Ed Piskarich came in. revitalized things. He held open tryouts. A lot of these kids you're seeing on the floor are open tryout players from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And they are with the 16-time champs. And right there with them every step of the way at 6'5" San Diego. So for the Outlaws, what an effort. For Piskarich, what a great job coaching. But if you're looking at it from the San Diego side, you have to question everything from coaching, preparation, game plan, each player's personal investment into this match, because this is a match that on paper they should have won by a minimum of 6 or 7 goals. And here it is, a 1-goal game with 4.5 to go. There's points at stake now for this team. Charlie to Christian Gutierrez, 1 touch and the shot, and a lovely save by Rivera. Up into the crowd for a corner kick.
And including Rivera, it's been a team effort for Texas, who again have an opportunity, and they know it, to break all the hearts of the San Diego Sockers fans in attendance. And now, a set piece here for the Sockers, who can try to get one back and extend this lead.
Charlie, Luis Morales misses wide left.
Bit of a bouncing pass there, mistimed.
Costa and the Sockers. Next goal's huge. Next goal's huge.
Do you think you'd be saying that with 4
I didn't think I'd be saying that
minutes?
ever today. Or really again this month. Chavez puts it out. This is defensive clearance. Could this be the mistake that gives San Diego just an ounce of breathing room in this match? 4:05 left to go in the fourth.
And is there over-reliance for a moment like this by the Sockers? They've just waited for a mistake from Texas, who have honestly played a pretty clean defensive effort here. That's a set piece again. Chatterley.
Childs off the wall. Charlie gets it back. Under 4 minutes to play. 6-5. Offensive skill players out there for San Diego. But if Texas could get a steal, these guys aren't tracking back very well tonight. They could get a counter. Or they could get a goal! That's the other side of it. It's a Tavoy hat trick from Charlie on a 4-point night. And maybe that's the one. Maybe it is. It's 7-5 San Diego. And it's dance show time at Frontwave Arena.
Tavoy Morgan getting it at the end here. A good work play throughout. 1-2 movement off the ball. Everybody is exactly where they're supposed to be. And Tavoy Morgan does the easy tap in to give the Sockers a 7-5, as now Texas is forced to go into a 6th attacker.
Rewatching the replay, Costa on that assist. Gabby Costa's second of the night. And as you mentioned, now an empty net. And David Ortiz wearing a green 6th attacker jersey. Morgan with the hat trick. Goals 7, 8, and 9 on the season. Aligwe, little space. Costa jumps in front of him, takes that space right away. Back to Gonzalez. 3:13 left to play. Ortiz shoots, blocked by Ruggles, all the way out of play. Corner kick, Texas.
It's looking like they're trying to weather the storm of Texas as well here. Restart here, Ortiz. I tell you, Ortiz is such a fun player to watch.
He is. He's been, he hasn't been able to really make a mark on this game, but he's got the best foot skill on the Outlaws without question.
Absolutely.
Now the kid who's had the top hustle just got the ball loose. Bagley finding Chavez. 2:36 to go. Texas needs a goal fast now. Time's starting to become their enemy. The 1-goal game completely different. 2 goals, now they need a goal fast. Ortiz down into the corner, it's Bagley. Bagley working back and forth. Mickey Chavez, pardon me. These guys have been on the floor a long time. Something that the Sockers would love to take advantage of. Blocked down by Cardenas. Empty net. Ortiz knocks it down. Gontan's got it for a second. He's got Gonzalez on him. And he's able to take it away. Steven Gonzalez, well done. 2 minutes to play. 58 complete. 2 minutes and a 2-goal match. San Diego trying to improve to 7-1 and push their standing to 20. And a challenge flag has been thrown by Texas head coach Ed Piscarich.
Latest challenge flag thrown in Pechanga Arena history. Let's see what the challenge is going to be here.
I have a question, too. He must be, I mean, pretty much by definition, he has to be looking for a blue card foul here. We'll hear what Kia Depina has to say as we prepare for a late edition of MASL Video Review. Here comes the call.
Mesquite is challenging for too many men on the field.
Okay, looking for a bad change on San Diego and too many men on the floor. That's easy to spot. And if proven correct, that would be a gift, and just another gift. Kind of as part of a gift set that San Diego has offered here tonight. The Sockers shown 3 cards in this fourth quarter in a close match. Really, again, a disturbing sign if you're a San Diego faithful. But again, this is a polarized audience right now, Tony. It's a sliver of San Diego fans watching or looking for 6 men on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the other team with. Did they count the other guy in the yellow jersey and think that that was that's Ortiz? That's not on your team, guys. Maybe earlier. Let's see.
Could these yellow camo jerseys have been a factor in this?
The funniest thing ever, if true. All right, you see 5 Sockers on the field there with the goalkeeper. That's proper all the way through. Okay, ball goes back there. Okay, no change. There's no personnel change. Okay, that guy off, that guy on. Still 5.
And a challenge. All right.
Well. Yeah, no penalty is the call. There is a certain space you're supposed to be in when the change happens, but there's also the notion of conceding your place on the floor and getting off. And that was ruled a legal change, I think properly so.
Yeah, that change was nowhere in the area of the ball or where a play was developing.
And Piscarich never heard it. He was looking around, the head coach going, what? What's the call? What's the call? What's the call? What is it?
Call was the peripherals weren't working on that one.
Man.
I'll give that victory to the yellow jerseys. So
I think maybe.
Yeah.
Well, that's a funny one nonetheless. Minute 50 to go, and the Sockers get the ball off of the review. Piscarich is on the floor. Seems like it's not allowed, but. And now he's off the floor. And here we go. Minute 47 to play. Trying to cut the ball to Gutierrez for a clincher was Mendez. Sebastian, Mr. Fourth Quarter, gets the steal here. Will he be Mr. Fourth Quarter again? Lately says, no, that's me. Ruggles takes it away. Costa spins it over to Gutierrez. And back to Mitchell Cardenas.
There's a good opportunity squandered there by the Sockers. Somebody has to let Gutierrez know they had a man on. Could have had a chance to move forward and take a shot, have an opportunity. And again, it's these moments that we ask of the Sockers to be a little bit more measured, a little bit more lethal. Whenever there's a 6 attacker situation, Sockers have been asked to do better with the empty net. Haven't scored in that scenario. As Ortiz now returns.
Final minute, magic minute. Minute 60 live from Frontwave Arena. 6v5 situation. Times running out for Texas. They need a goal, and now Aligwe. Xavier Snare Williams has it in the breadbasket. And the Sockers are going to win it tonight, baby. Not enough time for Texas to get this job done as Xavier throws it down floor. San Diego's 7th straight win to go to 7-1 and to get to 20 points. Will it be 8-5 the final? Ruggles bending it, spinning it wide, but keeping the ball at least temporarily in play for another second taken off. 15.7 seconds left in this one. Outlaws go to 0-6, but at least head back to the hotel tonight, Tony, knowing that they are a better team than their record with their full squad, and against some other sides in the league, I think this would have been a winning effort tonight.
100%, and for the Sockers, definitely has to be a lesson learned for 4 quarters of exactly what not to do, as here's another opportunity.
Charlie for 8, he misses. And that's what the final score will be. Full time, horn sounds, match over. Sockers win it 7-5. Great effort by the Outlaws. San Diego, very uneven tonight. A lot of questions to be asked, a lot of film to be studied, and maybe just some internal questions. But not a lot of time to rest, my friend. A Saturday at least, but Monday, they'll lock boots with Empire up at Toyota Arena, where the Strikers are always hungry to steal some points.
It wasn't pretty whatsoever by the San Diego Sockers, but they got it done. And they have one man to thank. That's Charlie Gonzalez, who put the team on his back today, assisting on set pieces, on open play. That's somebody who answered the questions asked of him when asked, hey, we need to get you more involved. That's definitely something that he stepped up for.
And Charlie is standing by on the floor, our man of the match, with Melissa May.
Charlie, the Outlaws definitely came out hungry tonight, and even with a modified lineup tonight, the Sockers still came out on top. How proud are you of this team?
You know, it was good. We started off a little bit slow. Obviously, we don't like to start like that, but, I mean, we were able to come back and, you know, obviously get the win. So, you know, it's good that we have that within us, but we got to start a little bit stronger.
Walk us through that goal at the top of the arc. What did you see to just take that really dominant shot? It was awesome.
Yeah, well, I think they had a man down. Obviously, the wall wasn't really set up. There was a big gap, so I just went for it.
Well, it was worth it. You are now the leading scorer on this team with 12 points. How are you able to continually produce points for this team?
It's just a team effort, you know. No one's selfish on this team. Everyone looks to play for each other, and that's why we've been with a good start so far.
It's great to hear, Charlie. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Craig, Tony, back to you.
Thank you so much, Melissa. Great game, Charlie. 7-5 the final. We'll come back with some closing thoughts and our second half highlights from this one right after this timeout. Major Arena Soccer League Friday night on Golazo. Sockers got their 7th straight win. We're back to wrap it up after this on the CBS Sports Golazo Network.
Have a safe trip home, and we'll see you on February 2nd.
It's a tradition that the Sockers will maintain every match that they exist. Post-match autographs, players staying to go around the floor, say personal thank yous, create wonderful touch points and moments with the fans here in North County Oceanside. They did it in Del Mar, they did it in downtown San Diego, and they do it here in Oceanside. 7-5, Sockers beat the Outlaws. Here are your fourth quarter highlights. A much nervier fourth quarter than we thought it might be. It started 5-3 San Diego, and then it changed quickly. 2v1 down low. David Stankovic finishing from Arouse. Lovely play for 5-4 at 2:01. Sebastian Mendez. He's been trying this move all match. This is the time that he makes it happen. Perfectly weighted to that left foot, and then he puts his laces through it. An absolute rocket for 6-4. Turns out that's the match-winning goal at 5:54. But here's Vic Moraligwe, unmarked down low. Give the veteran that much space on a power play. He's able to score and make it a 6-5 match. Lastly, Costa finding Morgan down low. Tavoy gets it back. Was it? I take it back. That is a second pass from Charlie on the 1-2. So definitely do give Charlie that assist. And as a result, now you have a 4-point match for Charlie Gonzalez. 2 goals, 2 assists. Those are your standings coming into play tonight. Chihuahua won 14-2. You can push them out. Of course, they do have a loss. You can push them out to 8-1 and 23 points because the Sockers beat the Savage earlier this year. The Sockers now, you can improve them up to 7-1 and 20 points. So put them in second. Milwaukee and Baltimore and Kansas City fall to third, fourth, and fifth. Empire, Utica City FC, and Dallas are currently in playoff position. Out of playoff position for now, the Ambush Heat, the Stars, and the Outlaws. And that does it for this presentation of the Major Arena Soccer League on a Friday night on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Want to say thanks to our entire Amoda broadcast crew, as well as our field reporter of Melissa May and Tony Sanchez. And a reminder, we'll be back here at Frontwave Arena for our next Sockers home broadcast across the month boundary to Sunday, February 22nd. Sunday, February 2nd, 6:05 p.m. A Sunday night at 6:05 p.m. as the Sockers and Tacoma Stars meet for the 4th time already this year out of 6. Tony and I will be live on YouTube's MASL TV channel. That is couple Sundays away. Sunday, February 2nd, Sockers and Stars. All right, that'll do it. Again, for our Amoda crew, for Tony and Melissa, I'm Craig Elston. Thanks so much for making this part of your Friday night. San Diego Sockers beat the Texas Outlaws 7-5. Hope you have a wonderful MLK weekend. And for now, so long from Oceanside.